So there's this Darth Dawkins minion named Catholic Traditionalist, and he hops in the server and he starts trolling as per usual. But then he tells us that he called into the Atheist Experience and he trolled Matt Dillahunty.
You atheists stand on the lies of the devil.
You have said, I like to troll the atheist servers. That's a quote from you.
Sure, I do like to troll the atheists.
Yeah, because you're a troll.
What I'm saying are untruths.
You're a troll.
Doesn't mean that what I'm saying is untruths.
But you're a troll. You might be saying something's true. Who knows?
No, I'm not a troll. I'm engaging in trollism, but I'm not a troll. Did any of you watch the Atheist Experience yesterday? I got Matt Dillahunty to contradict himself.
No, you didn't, but I'm sure.
Yeah, I doubt it.
And I triggered him too when I mentioned Darth Dawkins' name.
No, you didn't, but I'm sure you think you did.
Wait, is that based on a true story?
Why do you cup Darth's balls when he doesn't even think you're a Christian?
Uh-oh.
Well, I don't think Protestants are Christians either, but at least we're in agreement that atheists are going to hell.
Let's see. I really want to hear Catholic Traditionalist. Personally, this one ought to be interesting.
Let's go to 10 after this one, though.
Okay. Claims that he can get, or they can get Matt to prove that God exists by asking a few questions.
I hope they define God, because if all they're going to do is define God as my bottle of Coke Zero, I already acknowledge it exists. How are we doing, Catholic Traditionalists?
Yeah. Catholic Traditionalist, are you there? Catholic Traditionalist. Okay. I just wanted to thank you for causing Matt Dillahunty a acute hemorrhoidal attack by invoking my name on his show. That was funny yesterday. Very, very funny. And if you haven't seen it...
What was the context of the conversation?
Go to the Atheist Experience, 1 hour and 9 minutes, and he's asking him questions about, reason and the mind. And at a certain point, he just out of the blue says, "Why won't you talk to Darth Dawkins?" And Matt Dillahunty got really triggered.
You're not answering it.
I'm answering. So the fact that hey, let me ask you this, caller. When did you stop beating your spouse? When did you stop beating your spouse?
Why are you afraid of taking Darth Dawkins' call?
I'm not afraid of Darth Dawkins or anybody. Are you going to ask me a question and get the answer or not?
You're afraid of him.
Okay.
Because every time he calls...
If you're so good at reading my fucking mind, why would you need to ask me questions? And why couldn't you come up with questions that you could ask me?
And interestingly enough, Catholic Traditionalist, do you remember yesterday? He broke his commitment to be opposed to homophobia because he was using homophobic statements against me. Remember when he called me a soy boy?
You notice what he did? He said he knows. There was something he said with regards to his reality that he knows. Oh, yeah. I asked him if he knew that he was speaking to me. And he said he knows. And then I was like, "Oh, you know?" And then he realized that I was boxing him in. So he was like, no, I don't know. I don't know.
In all fairness.
Well, I am asking you, and you say it's
yes, but they're so you haven't defined terms, and you're so sloppy that it's not even clear what the subject is. Yeah. So let's do this. Holy shit, you're not even fucking listening. Go ahead, please. Occupy all of my time with pointlessness. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. The fact of the matter is, if you were able to go ahead and simply answer my questions, I could get you to admit that God exists.
Then ask your fucking questions and stop being silly about it. When did I refuse to answer your questions? Ask me your questions. Go.
Okay. Do you assume, or do you know for certain that you're speaking to me right now through the internet?
That is a false dichotomy. I neither assume nor know in a knowledge-based sense. I am aware. Are you going to let me, what? If you ask me a fucking question and I'm in the middle of answering it, why would you interrupt me?
In all fairness, and I'm not trying to throw you under the bus, I appreciate you going on and questioning him and mentioning my name, but your opening questions were a bit ambiguous and a little bit triggering to him. So you're gonna have to refine your approach.
Yeah, I need to work on that.
But it was an absolute gem to hear you drop my name. And by the way, he said that turn the TV off in the background.
Oh, I forgot I had it on. Hold on.
Yeah.
Macy hopes to inspire other tall girls across the world.
Okay. You'll notice during his interaction with you, he said that I had called into the show previously and that he's talked with me before, neither of which is true. I've called Talk Heathens, okay? But I've never called the Atheist Experience. And in fact, he specifically banned me from calling because he said I was a transphobic douche nozzle.
So why don't we stop talking about the transphobic douche nozzle and then talk about something else?
Right.
Now,
he's a complete liar.
If he's opposed to me because I'm a transphobic douche nozzle, and for those of you who don't know, it's because he heard an audio recording of me making fun of their sister show, okay, of the secular sexuality because I was making fun of it. Now, if he's so upset that I'm, quote, homophobic, why was he, and I'm only using their terms as tongue-in-cheek, okay? I think these are propaganda terms. But why was he being homophobic and calling me a soy boy?
Okay, why won't you take Darth Dawkins' call, Matt?
Are you going to ask me questions that lead to the proof of God, or are you going to ask me why I won't take Darth Dawkins' call? Because you get to ask one or the other, and that's it.
See, audience members, notice that he doesn't answer any.
Catholic, hang on, no, don't hang up, don't hang up, don't hang
right.
up, and don't fucking interrupt me. Audience members, notice that as he asked questions, I offered answers, and I would continue to do that. But notice that this person seems to be a tool for someone else who has frequently in the past called the show, and I had in fact interacted with, but we no longer allow because it's a waste of time. So caller, are you going to ask me the questions that prove that God exists, or are you here to suck my dick to try to get me to pay attention to your soy boy friend Darth? Because you and, well, not necessarily you, but your other friends like to pretend like soy boy is some sort of an insult. So are you here to shill for Darth Dawkins, or are you going to ask me the questions about God? Because one of them is relevant to the show, and the other one shows that you are just as useless as the person you're shilling for. So which is it?
Right?
Apparently, I was reading the comments, and somebody called him a soy boy in the YouTube comments a while back when he was on some other program show or whatever. And so apparently now he's using that term on everybody.
And you'll also notice that he said that I had called in twice before, which is not true. He said that he had spoken with me before, which is not true. He didn't mention that he specifically stated that he banned me from calling in because I'm a transphobic douche nozzle, okay? And then he said, I can't call in because it will be a waste of time. Now,
yeah, the guy's a total liar.
The funny thing is, all of his atheist audience would be ecstatic if the two of us could have an interaction. The views on that episode would probably double.
Yeah, he's actually afraid. That's why I said that. You're afraid to speak to Darth Dawkins, Matt? Why are you afraid to speak to Darth Dawkins?
Well, you just gave me an idea. Okay. What you did on Sunday gave me a great idea, if you catch my drift.
And did you notice that when I brought up your name, he got so triggered that he told the guy sitting next to him, "Don't you dare!" Well, I don't know if that guy was sitting next to him or if they were in two different places. But he said, "Don't you dare interrupt me! Don't you dare!"
Well, he immediately tried to vilify you too. He started trying to spin it like you were doing something wrong.
Yeah.
So the funny thing is, it might be a coincidence if future callers every Sunday call in with a question and also drop the question, "Why won't you talk with Darth Dawkins?"
Oh, that would be a good idea. Yeah, just totally stalk him.
No. I'm not. No, I do not want him to be stalked. No, I don't want anybody to be stalked, including myself.
Well, no, you know what I mean.
It's a legit. What we can ask is a legitimate answer, not his lies. Like where he said it would be a waste of time. Why would it be a waste of time? Why did he ever extrapolate as to why it would be a waste of time? This guy can't even get his facts straight, right? He says I've called in before. He's talked with me before. That never happened, ever.
Yeah, I knew he was lying because look, if that happened, then it would be on YouTube, the conversation with you and Matt, and it's nowhere to be found. So the guy was lying.
But it was amazing. You could just take a look at the look in his eye. He immediately got triggered.
Watch your language because you're speaking to a Christian.
Hey, hang on. I don't ever have to watch my fucking language around any fucking buddy, irrespective of what they believe. How dare you suggest that I have to speak to you in a certain way? Are you afraid to have a conversation with me just because I used harsh words?
You need to promise me that you're not going to use vulgar.
I don't need to promise you shit. Fuck you, fuck your God, fuck your arguments, fuck everything. Are you going to ask me the questions or are we going to move on?
Answering my
I think he's afraid to ask the questions.
You're terrified to ask me the questions because you are not nearly as clever as you think you are. You coward, bring it on.
Oh, I think he hung up. Say la vie. I know.
Aw. I thought you were going to prove God. I thought proving God was the important thing.
You could tell, you could read between the lines in what he said that he referred to some video that he did the day before, but it had to do with somebody else. But he referred to someone like myself, and I think he was referring to me, who has no audience. Okay, he must be referring to all of the times that people have replayed audio recordings of me going into a rant against him. So he's pissed at all the critical things that I've said about him.
Here's the reason why I did all that, by the way, for the people who don't know. I already posted a video about this the other day. There's a group of people who've decided that I'm just a terrible coward who won't answer questions and is terribly afraid of all these internet nobodies with no audience and no credentials while I'm having debates with scholars. And so what they've decided to do is suggest that, oh, well, Matt's just a coward. And so if I can just call in and ask Matt these very specific questions, I can prove God. Well, the point of those questions, as sloppily phrased as they are, was to suggest that I believe something that I do not have a justification for. And if he would have started the call by saying, Matt, are there things that you believe that you don't have a justification for? I would have said, yes. That's it. The big trap that Mr. Smarty Pants McSmarterton there was trying to get me in was to trap me into saying, yes, I have beliefs that are not justified. Congratulations. If you guys were smart enough to ask the right question, you could have had your answer instantly. But instead, you had to tap dance around. And when I wasn't following the script that Darth Dawkins gave you, you little puppet, he's got his hand right up your ass, moving your mouth with whatever script you've got, and it didn't go the way you wanted. So now all of a sudden it's Matt's afraid of Darth. Matt's not afraid of anybody. What Matt's afraid of is wasting the audience's time. So let's not.
Yeah. I'm looking at two different callers. You want to talk about your own experience as a Baptist?
But Matt Dillahunty just went bonkers.
But you notice these atheists are never consistent. They contradict themselves. Because notice he said he knows that he was speaking to me through the internet. And then when I pointed, oh, you know? Oh, he all of a sudden he realized that he stepped into it. So he automatically tried to say, no, I don't know.
He accused you of being an agent for me. Catholic traditionalists, you and I have had heated debates before, okay? Now, have I ever requested or suggested to you or anyone else that you call in and trigger Matt Dillahunty? No.
Nope.
You did that on your own.
So as soon as I heard him say that, I knew he was lying. I've heard him say it before. So I went back into the old tapes and I found him telling people to go and ask Matt why he's afraid of talking to him on October the 4th.
Well, if you want to have some fun, you guys can post questions on the Atheist Experience and ask them, why is Darth Dawkins banned from calling in? So ask Matt Dillahunty, what's he afraid of?